Hey guys, it's Bailey. Thanks so much for tuning in. Welcome back to the channel for what is going to be another destroying my makeup, crushing my makeup, one of those videos, whatever we want to call it. Consider this your warning that there's going to be makeup crushing happening, because even after I did this in the last one of these, people still got upset. They were like out of sorts that I had crushed up my makeup in the comments, so I get that it's not for everyone, totally get it. I highly recommend you check out another video before you keep watching this. In today's video, thank you to one of you guys actually who recommended this. I am crushing up some of my Colourpop shadows. And I have to say this isn't every Colourpop shadow that I own, mostly because there were a lot of similar shades. I am a fan of the metallic bronze, so I have quite a few of those. I mean, they're obviously different shades in my collection, but they're very, very similar. So I really stuck with some of the shades that were more distinct and unique from each other. Some colorful, some very pearlescent. I really like the way that some kind of iridescent or glittery shades kind of give the base shade a shift here. And I'll actually run through each of the shades that I am messing with here today. But the premise behind these videos is just to have fun with makeup. It's to not totally destroy these, by the way. Just a tiny little chunk is taken out here, even though it looks catastrophic when you're close up and I'm crushing it. It's not. They're still totally functional individually, but just to kind of play around and see what combination you get if you mix them into like a somewhat homogeneous mixture. I'll be real honest, Colourpop is a very difficult texture to work with and to apply. Obviously, I am not bare-faced, but bare-eyed now, so I'm a little interested to see how this is going to apply to the eye because the swatch was a little chunky and hard to handle. All right, so first let's go through the shades that I used. First up is I Heart This. This is like a light frosty taupe. Then there is, this actually doesn't have a name on it, but I think this is from one of the Kathleen Lights quads. Maybe my thingy fell off, but it's a gorgeous antique gold shade. Then I have a couple of peachy shades. One's a hot peach called Animal. Then there is a soft frosty kind of peach shade here called Tea Party. And the last is a matte peach, a matte mid-tone peach shade called Cheeky. Then I have this guy, another one where either the label fell off or this is from one of the Kathleen Lights quads, but it is a light kind of blue-toned pearlescent shade. And then a deeper frosty baby blue shade called Sugar. Then a warm metallic bronze shade. This one is called Kathleen Lights. Okay, so my labels must have fallen off of those other two because I don't know why this one would have the label and those wouldn't. Anywho, then I have two purple shades, one of which is this brighter purple, glittery purple called Dare. This guy is actually very dried out. Of all the shadows that I've had these for quite some time and I'm very impressed with how they've held their moisture for being those kind of squishy, pillowy mousse shadows. Dare did not stand the test of time. It's a little dry and crumbly, and so it was difficult working with it here. And the last shade is a deeper, almost blackened plum called Rex. And per you guys' recommendation in my last video where I did the Kirsten Leanne Urban Decay palette, there was a matte black in that palette, and a lot of you guys said that you felt that overwhelmed the final shadow. Totally agree, and you thought it would be cool if I would take a look at how some of the lighter shades or all the lighter shades mix together before mixing that final deep shade in. So that is exactly what I tried to do here today. You will notice in thinking about this actively as I was crushing it up, don't put it in the main pile, don't put it in the main pile. I kind of put a little bit in the main pile, so as you see me mixing all of these together, there will be a hint of Rex in there, but I tried as best I could to get those particles out and kind of sort it to the side, and I think there's definitely a difference in the two shades that you get with and without Rex, as you will see here as I'm swatching. Without Rex, all of these colors together made kind of a soft metallic rose gold. It was very bizarre, certainly not the combination I expected to come from all these shades together. I mean, the peaches, the warm gold, the warm bronze. This is shockingly cooler and softer than I ever thought this color would come out to be. It's beautiful, but honestly, I don't think it's all that unique. Then I mixed Rex in and it certainly deepened things up, but I do feel like you lost a lot of the intensity of the purple shimmer. There really is no purple shimmery shift to it. It got swallowed up by the frostiness of the base shade, I think. Overall, as I'm looking at the swatches, I'm not super impressed. I have to say I love all of the shadows better individually at this point. But, as you know, next step is to apply. Alrighty, here we are close up. By the way, on my lips, I'm wearing super soft nude. This is from Butter London. It's their Plush Rush Satin Matte Lipstick in the shade Clever. This is one of those that I discovered through moving, one that they sent me in PR and I had like processed and wanted to get around to talking about, never did, found it, while unpacking for the move, I was like, I'm just gonna throw that on. I really really like how it looks. But anywho, a lot of you tend to have questions about what I'm wearing, and I'm the worst at putting in the description, so that's what's on my lips. Okay, so for this application, I'm honestly, this is probably the most nervous I've ever been because I'm not sure quite how to do it. Colourpop shadows are kind of tricky as it is, and this became very crumbly when I mushed it up. So we could have a situation on our hands in terms of fallout and mess. That's pretty much it. So I guess here we go. Oh, I'm so nervous. Yeah, it is crumbling everywhere. Okay, I'm just gonna put it a little on the back of my arm to just kind of smudge it out, get a little bit of that excess off. So here I have it on my hands. And I always love applying Colourpop with my fingers and then using a fluffy blending brush to blend it out, but I tend to do fingers first just because it really maximizes the pigment. Also, I don't have much of a choice with this stuff because of the consistency it is now that I've crushed it. So here we go. It's actually coming off even less rosy on the eyes than it did in the swatch. I wonder if it's because I didn't mix it quite well enough. Oh, got some crumbles. Oh no. So there it is, applied. Pretty. I'm not saying it's not pretty. I really like how it looks, but again, not special, I wouldn't say. Let me know what you think in the comments. I personally right now I'm thinking I appreciate all of these shadows way more as individuals than I do mixed together. Let's go in with the deeper shadow now and I'm gonna put that in my outer corner. Now this is gonna be a challenge because I feel like I have to use a brush for this, like in order to get the precision I want, so we'll see. Who knows? Maybe this will be the way I should have applied it all along. Let's try it. Nope, definitely not the way I should have applied it. Fallout is everywhere. And again, this just feels very regular smoky eye. Nothing special. Because you lose all of the shift, like the cool, the blue shift in here. Like, look at how gorgeous that is. That is so not translating on my eye. Yeah, again, pretty, but not better. And not unique, I think, although we'll see for sure. I'm gonna go check my collection for some dupes. All right, back with some close eyeshadow matches and some mascara, which just like, doesn't mascara just give you life? Your eyes can be all done, but there's something about adding that final lash that just like, oh, feels so good. I digress. Let's get into these shadows that look similar. So first of which, this is what I reached for first when I saw how this color came out. Something inside me just said, look for that rose gold palette from Ulta, which I hope is still around. I hope it wasn't limited edition. But anywho, there is a shade in here called Chandelier that is so similar. It is like the best representation of a rose gold taupe I could find. And sure enough, it was a match for this. This next one is in the L'Oreal Color Riche Boudoir Charm palette. It is this shade up here in the corner. Not an exact match, honestly. It's similar in that it has kind of pinky rosy undertones, but it's a little too deep to match this. But I think you could mix it with this lighter highlight shade here to get a good close match. Overall, this whole palette is just very in keeping with the goldy bronze rose gold kind of vibe taupe thing that is going on here. So those are the main two that I picked. Honestly, there are a lot of super similar shadows by collection. I hope those gave you a sense of comparison so you could go in your collection to find something similar, because honestly, I do think you could do it. And in fact, I think this is the one time of all the videos like this that I've done. I have a whole playlist if you want to go give them a watch, check them out if this kind of video is your thing. But of all those videos that I've done, this is the one time where I'm like, I wish I hadn't gone through all that effort to crush and make. Actually, I kind of am. It was pretty fun. But it's the one time where I'm not as impressed with the final product as I was with the original shadows individually or the palette as a whole. So that's kind of what this is all about, right? Experimenting, learning, having some fun with some makeup, and, you know, everything's still usable. So feel better about that. That's it for me, guys. If you want to see a specific palette or shadow or whatever crushed up, let me know down in the comments below. I love hearing your suggestions, so leave them down there. Besides that, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye, guys.